What's up, guys? So the open closes off with yet another thruster couplet, but instead of seeing it combined with pull-ups, rowing or burpees, this time we see double unders thrown into the equation. Now, not only are we familiar with the thruster movement, but also the feelings that it induces too. So before we get into the tips and strategies for this workout, let's watch some cinematic shots of me suffering through the workout. Enjoy. The thruster is one of the ultimate tests of range of motion. This movement will highlight all your joint restrictions, so be sure to spend some time mobilizing the ankles, hips and shoulders. Here is a short compilation of all the movements I used for this purpose. Enjoy. More drills just like that, be sure to go to Mobility WOD. I'll put a link in the description box below. But now let's look at some movement errors and fixes to get you moving as efficiently and safely as possible. Thrusters. People often complain of wrist soreness during this exercise. The main cause is an ankle mobility restriction. Notice how tight ankles make my bum shoot backwards. My body has to then make compensations by lowering and tilting the torso forward to keep balanced. This makes holding the front rack extra difficult and puts undue pressure on the wrists. The torso should, however, be more upright by shoving the knees forward. This will automatically relieve strain on the wrists. So this is why physical therapists like Dr. Kelly Starrett always tell you to look upstream or downstream from the pain to find the root cause of the problem. So if your ankles are tight, be sure to spend additional time mobilizing them to give you the best possible positions. Another error is slowing down the concentric or upward phase of the squat. By doing this, you rely totally on the shoulders to press the weight above the head. The problem with this is the shoulders are already in a mechanically disadvantaged position by being in the front rack position. By doing this, you will put unnecessary strain on the shoulders and wrists. So the fix is to use the explosive power of the legs. So by accelerating the bar upwards, you use the speed to pop the barbell off the shoulders. It gives you your arms the opportunity to get underneath and ride the bar to lockout. So this final piece of advice is only targeted towards the experienced squatter. So many CrossFitters also lower down into the squat too slowly. This makes you miss the opportunity of using all the built-up elastic energy in the musculature to help you bounce out the bottom of the squat. They call it a stretch reflex. Now, to gain the benefit of this, you need to lower your body down with authority. Almost feel the sensation of pulling the bar down with you. But be sure to hold your breath in and keep your abdominals tight. This will help you keep a stable torso. Otherwise, you'll come crashing down, your back will round, and you'll leak all the energy through your spine, which is very dangerous. Double unders. Rope length will differ from athlete to athlete. A shorter rope will have a faster turnover speed, but a great room for error. A longer rope will be slower, but will have less chance of tripping up. I found a happy medium where the tips of the handles sit just at the ends of my shoulders. I found this to be perfect for both speed and accuracy. The rotators of the wrists are far more enduring than that of the shoulders. So be sure to grip the handles lightly and dominate the movement with the wrists. This will pay dividends later on when the shoulders start to fatigue from the thrusters. Lastly, keep your elbows close to your side. If you allow them to wing out too much, you will shorten the rope and surely trip up. So stay compact and tight, and that will ensure that the rope glides easily under your feet. Now for time management. If any of you guys watched the open announcement, you will have noticed the spectacular performance of the Icelandic girls. They went unbroken on all the thrusters. For us mere mortals though, this strategy will surely end up in a head-on collision with a brick wall. So be sure to break up the thrusters early on in sets of 5 and 4. Where the strategy will really pay dividends is in the double unders. So much time is won or lost by how many jumps you can string together without tripping up. So going into the double unders totally exhausted and out of breath because you had to go unbroken in the thrusters will only end up in frustration when the rope keeps on tangling up with your legs. Adding to this is knowing when to breathe. In the thrusters, your opportunity comes out overhead. So it's hold the breath and keep your abdominals tight in the squat. Then when you're locked out, exhale and inhale again. During your rest intervals, count the number of breaths you take and keep it consistent. This will ensure that you control your breathing, but it also allows you to maintain a good intensity by limiting your rest periods. Alright, my final thoughts. It's the final open workout, guys, so go hard. Finish off with a bang. But be sure to keep your composure though, especially if you start tripping up on those double unders. It's been such a pleasure to be with you guys over the last 5 weeks. Our videos will not end here though. We are working on some awesome projects at the moment that include animation and cool cinematography. The one I'm most excited about is based on the Hadza people of Tanzania. They are actually one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes in the world. Understanding their way of living can really give us insight into the common health issues faced by the modern Westerner. So if you guys want to stay in the loop for that video and many more to come, please hit that subscribe button. But until then, keep on exercising your health. Cheers everyone.